Tere tulemast! Hello, hello, hello! Although most of us are here from this country, I will not speak in Estonian today, just to keep it clean. And all of our really cool invitees are also from different countries, from Norway, from Germany, from Belgium, and we will have a truly insightful day, I believe. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing really cool people. I think there are only two people that I don't know, so I will come to you later on and get to know you closer. This event, this seminar, is part of course, Tallinn Architectural Biennale. Please visit all the other events tomorrow in the Academy of Arts, and also the day after tomorrow, the symposium and the book fair. It's a great week. We were just discussing with our deputy mayor also yesterday. There was a great event in a former factory area in Kruli quarter, where a new vision was announced by Kobe architects of how to bring circularity into the built environment. It was a great day, and we will dive deep into the issue of circularity today, which is really a really important aspect that we need to take into account. Our being here today will be basically in three parts. In the first part, we will be basically seeing more in general how to bring change into the built environment. Then we will dive deep into more detailed actions and pilots. We have some really cool guests. And then we will go to and see our Estonian partner, Roland. Then we will go into a panel and discuss about the things we've heard. And I please invite you to also listen to the people we are hearing here. Be attentive and, of course, be active. And whatever questions you have, please feel free to ask them. That's why we're here, to share. We're also sharing the style of our shoes, so it's really a sharing event, all in all. But first of all, please, I invite to the stage our Deputy Mayor, Pärtel Pere, who I can say is a true fan of good architecture. So please, come to the stage.
Hello, thanks very much for inviting me. My name is Pärtel, and I will say a few general things before all of you experts and architects dive deep into the matter of circular architecture, circular economy. I used to be an urban strategist, so that means I'm a generalist who never studied architecture, unlike my father. And when I realized I should have done that, it was already too late. So never say never, but this is what I'm doing, trying to talk and nudge things, move and shake all things when it comes to all things urban. Urban planning, mobility, circular economy. So I was the project manager or co-author for, how would you call it, the Carbon Neutral Construction Sector Roadmap 2040 for Estonia. So how could our construction sector, urban planning, all of the built environment, how could we reduce our footprint measured in CO2? How could we reduce that so that we would achieve climate neutrality in this country? That was a very fun experience, and I learned a ton. When it comes to circular economy, then I think you're all familiar with the key stats. So globally, 11% of CO2 is construction. Every week we build, was it every week or every day? I think it's week probably. An area size of Paris is built, covered in concrete, asphalt, or any of the above. 50% of resources that are mined globally, construction sector, be it steel or what have you. And only 1% of materials used in this sector are secondary, are circular. So that poses a great challenge and a great opportunity, an economic opportunity. Which is something that I at least think that we should underline all of the time. Because if the big picture is green transition, then we need to make it work somehow in terms of the market. It needs to pay, it needs to be motivated. So how to bring about systemic change? That's the key question, right? I don't think nobody here needs to be convinced, or most of you at least, why we should be doing this. Why circular architecture or circular economy? It makes sense, period. But in order to make it happen, one of the most inspiring things I've read or seen this year was in Rotterdam. A wonderful city. If you haven't been there, go. Absolutely crazy. The architecture and how the city looks like. There was a conference called Urban Future, and that's a big, very general 3-day conference every year. You get everything on the urban spectrum there. You get generalist politicians, you get architects, you get big business, small business, everybody. And there was this one company called Systemic. And Systemic works with, so they came up with a white paper, and I'm name dropping this because I want you to go and Google it afterwards, because I found that white paper they presented there extremely inspiring, because they, together with big beasts like BlackRock, so big investment companies like BlackRock, the Norwegian pension fund, etc., they have then funded a white paper, and the aim is to bring about systemic change, so create a global trading mechanism for secondary materials. Smaller examples we probably know. There's a company in Norway called Sirken, with a K. So Google that as well, Sirken. Your Norwegian guest today probably knows it and maybe has more information on it. Basically, you have a digital and a physical aspect of a company. So you need to get a window secondhand. You go online, you go to that Sirken platform, you know where it is, how much it costs, the state of it, and you go to a warehouse that you can then open, and everything's very digital and everything's very smooth and it works. Wonderful. But if we want to bring about change globally, the climate crisis, which is the key challenge that we face, then to create a global trading mechanism where you can earn money with secondary materials. That was something that for me was very new. So if you have big beasts behind it to create a platform, so imagine you're a real estate developer, you command billions and billions in your portfolio. Everything needs to make maximum economic sense. I imagine, I have no experience. So if you want to do the right thing, that's one thing. But if you want to earn money because you decrease your carbon footprint, because you use secondary materials, and you can prove that with the different schemes that we are already seeing popping up everywhere, but you put that into a trading system, then all of a sudden it starts making big economic sense, where you can, using a platform, you can prove that X% of your portfolio, your new buildings, are built from secondary materials. So it's stuff like these that are extremely boring and extremely interesting at the same time, which I hope can create such a scalable effect. Another company was called Sercotrade. Sercotrade, a company in Paris. Google it. Similar thing. I can't remember the difference. They had two similar companies telling how they are trying to set up a mechanism by which you can then prove and show that you're doing the right thing, but you earn money because you decrease your carbon footprint, and we have the ESG and all these mechanisms in place that makes economic sense. So this is what I think is key to get people moving, because you have all the right answers. We all know what to do. So companies will be asking, why should I be doing this? How can I make a return on investment? That's their natural, that is what they do. Politicians, well, in the famous words of Belgium, I used to live in Brussels. What a lovely city. Your friends in Luxembourg, it was the Jean-Claude Juncker, the former prime minister, who once said that during the financial crisis era, we all know what to do, but we don't know how to get re-elected after we have done it. So I don't know what the political side or what the answer should be when it comes to the public sector. Yes, definitely. All the public procurement processes, they need to be geared towards quality and not only the cheapest possible material. So regulations. Those are the places where we need to make change. And last thing, as Tini said yesterday, a stone's throw away from here, Krulli, a new district, or old new district, a former industrial area, 11 hectares, will now be built into something absolutely wonderful. And they are aiming to use a very healthy amount of circular secondary building materials systematically. And they have a Danish company, Kobe Architects, to help them in that endeavor. And that is the future. That is how every single place, small Tallinn, a real estate developer, tiny Estonia, whoever can offer something to the world. A place to experiment, show how it works in the framework of a building, of a project, financially and otherwise. That is what we need, absolutely. So I used to be a consultant before I started doing politics. Then one of the examples I used very much was Future Built. So I'm a big fan of Future Built because that is something that I think the world needs. 100 buildings, climate neutral buildings, and listen to that presentation once you get to it. That is super exciting what they are doing. Well, I hope you will have a wonderful and interesting day. I will not. I cannot be here with you. I need to go back to the municipal bureaucratic grind because we have a budget negotiation going on. This is absolutely super stuff that you have in store for today. I hope you will enjoy your conference and seminar very much. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Ma veel küsimusi ka veel. As I know Pärtel has to run off, we will still take a bit time to keep him here on the stage and ask some questions. If you have any already, please raise your hands. I have one. What are you grinding about right now regarding circularity in the city government?
Well, nothing really. There's not too much.
Please.
There's not too much going on in terms of construction in this field. My business is urban works and the environment. So I build roads. What we are trying to do there is to use innovative materials. So asphalt production, to use things that have a smaller carbon footprint. There's probably a drop of secondary materials there too. But there isn't anything fancy I could show you that, this is what we're doing. We're moving towards that. So if any city commissions a building, a kindergarten, or roads, then that's where the public sector always can then be an enlightened client. I hope we are that too. Next year we can judge that. What we are doing is using modular technology when it comes to building new kindergartens.
Okay.
At least we have that.
So bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces.
But not a systemic view.
We're moving very slowly, too slowly towards that. But I think we now have a new city architect. He's over there, Andro Mend. We are very lucky to have him. So no pressure, Andro. But hoping to get all and every help from you in this field.
Any questions for the deputy mayor? Yes, Tarina.
I think you mentioned in that
I am a very pessimistic person personally. Don't quote this anywhere, please. Europe is en route to a absolute climate catastrophe. We are the fastest warming continent on Earth, and we are on track towards a 2.7 or 2.9 warmer planet by the end of this century, and we are well on track. So I do belong to a liberal party, but I see these things, I highlight them, I hope they work, but I really do not invest all I'm not too optimistic about it. Because here we have the technologies, we have with you here, we know why to do it, what to do, what are the examples in Norway or in Brussels. We need other players too, the public sector, state, national level, cities, and we need the private sector somehow. So I have made it my business to seek out those examples. Of course, they are acting like any company, big or small, out of their own profit, self-interest. Yes. Another company, an organization, C40, together with NREP, N-R-E-E-P, Scandinavia is one of the biggest real estate developers there, have together launched a 15-minute city program. Big business is earning big money because they are now together with C40, creating 15-minute districts. I know this is old news for you, the 15-minute city thing, etc. But it's great to see examples like these popping up where at least you have the right keywords. At least we have something. Because otherwise we just have a very bleak future ahead of us. Sorry about that pessimistic note.
Any more questions? One more question. No. But thank you, Pärtel. And good luck in your job.
Thank you. On a lighter note, artificial intelligence and cities are the key technology towards a greener future. So make cities better.
Thanks for that insight.
Thank you.
We will come back to that also today. Thank you again. Pärtel, Peeter, Pere.